Seriously surprised Phoenix didn't say anything about that. You look like you're about to die again.
We all know what happened to that alchemist, so this case is no mystery.
Hold it! You're talking about Mr. Belduke's murder, which took place in a locked room?
Yeah, a real shocker all the way. Alright. Everyone was talking about it. People don't say this out loud, but you know, you're thinking it too, eh?
I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Ain't it clear as day? He was an alchemist. An alchemist! Alchemy's just like magic, ain't it?
Sir Belduke was a man. Only a woman can be a witch. Warlock! What's more, witchcraft has nothing to do with alchemy. They're different. Somehow. With a face like that, I kinda am a little taken back a little bit, thinking that they're different. Alchemy is a mysterious art of manipulating the forces of nature. Or so it is said. Yes, because that doesn't sound like magic at all.
Well, that sounds like a lot of magic to me. Sounds like a bunch of hoopla. Alchemy's incomprehensible to regular people. It's all magic, really. And you know, a couple of days ago, before the witch got him, there was that lightning that struck.
Lightning?
Glad you're asking, 'cause I like telling that one. All of a sudden, like a bolt from the blue sky, there was this bolt from the sky.
Wait, what?
Only it wasn't blue.
Are you trying to make fun of me with being blue and Sir Blue Knight and all?
The sky lit up and turned blood red. And then, out of nowhere, an old-looking bell tower appeared in a burst of flames. Makes you realize Mother Nature's pretty powerful stuff, eh?
He's gonna die by the end of this trial. You have strayed off the topic at hand, witness. This is a courthouse, not an inn. Save your thrilling stories for later. Now I'm just starting to sound like a drunkard.
Same practice, same place, same magic trick. This time, her luck ran out and she dropped that magic scepter.
Oh, hold it, shut up, hold it. Would you care to elaborate on that, Miss Primstone?
You could say that I am a scholar, and my knowledge is vast and diverse. I know a thing or two about witchcraft. Therefore, I have a very good idea of the type of magic that must have been used this time.
The magic behind this mysterious figure that appeared out of nowhere, glided through the air, and vanished after making the kill?
Indeed, yes. The witch's scepter confirms my theory.
A brilliant deduction. I am honored to have studied under an excellent teacher such as yourself, Miss Primstone. Quit brown-nosing. She was his teacher? Actually, I guess that kind of explains a lot. Our occult crime analysis have arrived at the same conclusion.
Mr. Wright! I found it! The page about the purple magic gem! The spell's called Famalia.
Famalia? What does it do? The spell Familia, bound within this purple gem, is used to summon a familiar. Oh, so once we find it, now you're going to explain things to make things easier for me. Thanks a lot. Familiars appear out of nowhere, glide through the air, and vanish when their task is accomplished. They are evil, bloodthirsty spirits used by witches to perform outrageous crimes. Evil spirits? Are you saying that the witch used a familiar to... It was a familiar that took Sir Belduke's life, and now it has appeared again. Sir Silcat was probably trying to ward off the evil spirit with his knife. But what good is a knife against an occult creature? It completed the task given to it by the witch and promptly vanished, thus bringing us to the conclusion that Sir Belduke and Sir Silcat were both killed by the same witch. One problem with that theory there, Barnum. If he was killed by a familiar, why was he pointing the knife at the familiar instead of pointing the knife at the witch that turned him into gold, supposedly? I mean, no, seriously. Like, and don't use the stupid excuse of, it's a distraction! Because, wouldn't it have been just easier to, like, use the strangle thing again? Like, or something. Just kind of putting that out there. What?! What an unexpected turn of events. The two incidents have been shown to be connected. No, they have not! Due to the same witch's scepter have been used in both cases. While I will admit to that, still, Maya was not here for that.
Oh, this is terrible. Now Maya is being accused of 2 murders.
Oh, dearie, dearie me. I was right as always. This gruesome murder will be in the next exam. Make sure to take notes. Now I shall divulge what really happened.
We are all ears, Miss Primstone.
That hat maker was pointing the knife at the witch's familiar.
Hold it. Did you actually see the familiar?
Oh, dearie, dearie me. No, I did not. When that boy opened the door, the familiar had just disappeared. Had the boy opened the door sooner, no doubt we all would have seen it. If he were my student, I would have made sure to teach him not to dilly-dally.
I think I know who's, yeah, someone looks very angry at that. Hang on, let's get Luke's, opinion on this matter. Is everything alright, Luke? You seem to be in deep thought about something, or very angered.
No! It's not alright!
Is there something in Miss Primstone's testimony that you'd like to comment on? Such as her telling you that you shouldn't have dilly-dallied?
That's what I keep telling you! The professor wouldn't point a knife at anyone!
Dearie, dearie me, what an impertinent child! I'm telling you, I saw a knife! I distinctly saw that glint of a sharp blade!
Objection! At any rate, as we can see now, the victim's arm is missing. As such, there is no proof that he had a knife.
Objection!
That is but a mere detail. It matters not. Then tell your one witness to, Can you tell that to your one honorable witness?
A mere detail? Matters not?
Oh my. Anyhow, I wonder, where could that missing arm be? Anyone got a hand?
Yeah, that ought to be looked into.
Oh, wait, what? Hang on, wait a minute. Mister, do you have something you'd like to share with us? You didn't. Mr. Emir!
It's Mr. Amir Punchinbog the first to you, Bluey.
Bluey? I guess it's better than Spiky.
The likes of you ought to show some respect for a future man of wealth such as me.
You seem to be looking ahead to a future full of newly gained riches. You didn't.
I can look wherever I bleedin' please. Anyway, why you looking at me like that? I don't know about that good bloke's right arm.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright?
What is it, Isabella?
I may be wrong, but there's something about that man. Wouldn't you say he looks, suspicious?
It's not just you. Everything about him is so shady, it makes me want to double check my pockets. Mr. Amir, stop pretending you don't know anything about the victim's missing arm.
Pretending? I told ya, I know nothing. Nada. Zero. Nil. I ain't seen it or heard about it. I'll put it in me pocket.
Put it in your pocket?
It wasn't me. Honest. Seriously. I've got nothing to do with it.
Objection! Mia! You lying, cheating, good for nothing! You tried to deceive me!
Oh, God. It's the pawnbroker.
Order. Order. Who is that person?
It's the pawnbroker.
You want to know who I am? I'm Price, the pawnbroker. What are you selling? And this man is a shameless cheating bum. He had the nerve to lie to me.
What did he lie to you about?
I'll tell you, stranger. On the day of the crime, Emir came to me shop. He waltzed up to me, saying he got his hands on a superb work of art, rare as gold dust.
I think I know where this is going. That work of art. Could it be?
I've got it right here!
Oh, God. Just like I thought.
That's... Oh my...
sir. It's the professor's arm!
Where did the other two witnesses go? It's pure gold, exquisitely crafted. It was entitled, Towards Tomorrow, or something like that. I'd never seen a piece of gold so fine before. And so, suspecting nothing, I paid that rascal a rather handsome sum. Who would have thought? And what am I hearing now? That it was a human arm, no less? You, sir, are a monster! A Ganados monster! You're as bad as a witch's familiar yourself! I didn't know it was his arm, I swear! When I saw it, it was already like that!
Wait. What do you mean?
I was last to the scene. It caught me right away. That golden arm pointing up at the ceiling with such optimism and authority.
Oh, like my hand?
I thought, it looks like it's showing me to the way to a better, brighter, richer tomorrow. To me, it was a work of art, a precious one at that. And then it found its way into your pocket, and you pawned it. You pawned it after thinking those words. You mounted it on a crude stand, gave it a tawdry title, and passed it off as some kind of sculpture. Don't try and look away from the truth now! Damn it! I can't look wherever I damn please! I'll look away from the facts and forward to the future. Always look on the bright side. That's a mere punch and bog's motto.
How did it get on his... What? How did they... Not even so. How did they, like, meld it back onto his body?
Where were we now? Ah, yes. The victim's arm has now been successfully reattached by one of our masterful craftsmen.
How long did that take?
Knights of the court, you may resume the Inquisition.
At least one thing's clear now.
As everyone can see, the victim definitely wasn't holding a knife. 3 versus 1 my frickin' ass.
Oh, dearie me! It seems I may have been mistaken after all. When you think about it, the victim had already been turned to gold when we entered the room.
According to the witness's testimony, that was the case, yes.
Well then, I'm sure you'll concede that it was easy to mistake that glittering pointing finger for a knife.
Indeed, the victim's finger has a glint to it, resembling that of a sword's edge. Such a sense of power and intensity. It's enough to send a shiver down the spine of anyone being pointed at.
No puzzle is a match for the power of the professor's pointing finger.
Sounds like Phoenix's finger with the with the law. I guess no one remembers I'm known for pointing like that too.
I remember, Phoenix.
I think your pointing finger makes quite an impression too, Mr. Wright.
She's just taking pity on me. Is that all you had to say, Sir Blue Knight? Huh? As I said before, whether the victim had a knife or not, it is completely irrelevant. Yeah, what he said. You better apologize to me now. I ain't apologizing to you, your thievery. Badgering me for no reason like that. Is that all there is to it? Or could that arm hold some other clues?
We've come this far. Maybe there's something else you could ask about.
She's right. I need to ask some more questions. Well then, Mr. Amir, perhaps you could tell me one more little thing about that arm. With this music, it seems quite appropriate to ask this. How much did you pawn it for? Why don't you tell me how much you got for that arm? Huh? All that glitter you're wearing, the money for that must have come from somewhere. And if he managed to buy all that for the price of one arm, it must have been worth a small fortune. It is gold after all. Oh God. The music stopped too. Bella, don't look at me like that! Are you thinking of selling it? The whole body? Huh? What? You have lost my respect. All 1% on the respect bar of respect, Sir Blue Knight. Apparently, you are no more than a greedy knight, blinded by the glitter of gold. How could you, Nick? Professor! I shouldn't have asked. They all took it the wrong way.
I won't judge you, Mr. Wright. But for now, let's ask him something else.
Your eyes look like you were judging me.
Maybe he knows something we could use.
Yeah, I guess I'd better ask him about something else. Oh my God. That was just priceless right there. Perhaps you could tell me one more thing about that arm. Okay, when did you find it does not look very entertaining? Not like this option. This option was pure gold. Yes, that pun was intended. You found the arm on the floor, pointing upwards, you said. Yeah, I did. Finders keepers, I say. I was pointing straight up at the ceiling. The arm somehow happened to fall down in such a way that it landed upright. What are the odds of that? Actually, that reminds me of a puzzle. Now, if you could just show us on this floor plan here. I'd like to know the exact spot where you found the victim's arm. Sure, I remember that well. It was right here. Yeah. Yes. That's where you would expect it to have fallen. Now, if that's where it was, then something's definitely not right. If you keep looking at that sketch so intensely, you shall burn a hole in it. Or perhaps you're going to claim there's a contradiction in it somewhere, Sir Blue Knight. This arm is the final clue left by the professor. Even after turning to gold, he was pointing out something important. Namely, the key to solving this case. Well, Defender, do you see any problems in the locations as marked on the sketch?
Actually, I think there is a problem.
Of course there's a problem! Yeah! Because I'm Phoenix freaking Wright! There is a problem! Also, I'm blurry. Let me, And where would that be precisely? It would be where I'm not blurry. That's where it would be. Like that! The professor's arm has armed me with some vital evidence. Its location leads to a huge contradiction. In that case, why don't you enlighten us and show us this so-called contradiction? What contradicts the victim's arm? Create. Oh man. Huh. Oh. I guess... Is it pointing at the staff?
Got it.
Huh? The contradiction is right here! Yes, right here! For some reason. I think. Yes. Yes, quite. And this is... the Witch's Scepter? Let's go over the order of events, as per the witnesses' testimonies. First, the witch cast a spell on the professor, turning him to gold. When all of you rushed in to the crime scene, that golden statue fell down, making a loud noise, right? Yeah. Next, the witch dropped the scepter. What are you getting at, Sir Blue Knight? All the witnesses agree with this order of events. That's right. They all agree that's how it happened. But then there's the arm. Well, what about it? Spit it out! Let's assume that Maya was the witch. Yeah, just a little assuming. No harm, no foul, right? Yeah. Now look at this sketch again. The witch dropped the scepter after having turned the professor to gold, right? Right? The scepter tumbled along the floor and was found here, as asserted by the prosecution. I can see where this is going. However, that would be impossible. There's no way it could have been there. Right? Oh, I see it now. I did not want to press that. The arm. It was... I'm glad you seem to have noticed. The victim's arm was on the floor right here, standing on its end. Not tilted over, it was pointing straight up. Therefore, the scepter couldn't possibly have fallen that way. Ergo, it couldn't have been the defendant who dropped the scepter. In other words, Maya is not a witch. Ugh!